the game, Emma and I worked very, very hard at putting together a very game for you guys. We stole the idea from Espo, but we did the heavy lifting. This is called 3 Takes and a Fake.
All right.
So we have 4 tweets that came from Twitter throughout tonight's game. One of them is a fake.
Oh,
okay.
You have to tell me which one is fake. And then some of these topics we will actually dive into a little bit more and discuss. Emma, you want to put these up here? Okay.
3 takes and a fake.
I will read them aloud for you. The first tweet says, when you talk about how hard work pays off, ... wasn't no high draft pick, wasn't really talked about in high school, but the kid can flat out play. This was about John Morant.
Okay.
Somebody had this take about John Morant in tonight's game.
Wasn't no high draft pick, the number 2 overall pick. Okay.
The next one, also about John Morant, said, I prefer my MVP candidates who impact the defensive end of the floor too. Defense is a skill too. Thanks, John Morant. This was a take about John Morant and his MVP candidate.
Okay.
Then this one said this was also about John Morant because when he got knocked to the ground and he said, he can't guard me, something like that. This tweet was sent out saying, but when Jose Alvarado, our friend over at the Pelicans, lifts a finger, he gets teed up. NBA official is so inconsistent and trash. Then the next one, this came roughly about the third quarter of tonight's game, said the Suns would be winning this game if Jay Crowder was playing. No cap.
But shout out to Connor for remembering.
And guys, don't tell him which one was fake.
Yeah, I got girth on a fake tweet last.
You got to bring up old shit.
I'm gonna go with hello and say number 2 is the fake.
Number 2
it's too clean cut.
Is the fake.
There's no
I prefer my MVP
slang.
candidates.
There's no messed up words. There's no fucked up grammar. It seems too perfect of a tweet. And then you're talking about defensive skill. Really, we're really gonna throw that out there, John Morant, as a negative? Nah, I'm not trying to hear that. It's got to be number 2.
For me, number 4 is the fake, unless there was sarcasm, which makes it tough because you can't tell sarcasm on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm between 1 and 4.
Okay.
I'm between 2 and 4.
I'm going to go 4.
But I feel like 4 is so outrageous that it's either like an obvious fake or it's trying to get you to think it's an obvious fake.
I feel like
so
the no cap was Lindsay trying real hard to make us believe that somebody was
Wow.
That's true. She was like, what's slang? No cap.
No cap.
What is that slang that the youths are using these days?
So, the Utes. What are the Utes
So let's go down these tweets in order. We'll go ahead and talk about each one of them. The first one
is real.
Came from NBA Central. It is real. Shaq says John Morant deserves more MVP attention. Quote, when you talk about how hard work pays off, wasn't no high draft pick, wasn't really talked about in high school, but the kid can flat out play. Shaq, what is a high draft pick to you, sir?
No. When you talk about how hard work pays off, wasn't no high draft pick. Wasn't really talking about in high school.
Shaq was taking 1, right? So that's like all he thinks is high draft pick.
I guess if you're not
if you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah. Mr. Irrelevant there, John Morant.
It's so bizarre to me. Okay, I get that he wasn't really talked about in high school, but like he was literally the number 2 overall pick in a draft with Zion. So come on, what are we doing here?
So that one was real. That was an actual take from tonight's game.
Basically, that was Shaq's version of saying, I didn't know who he was until this year.
I apologize. I was not familiar with your game.
The second one, talking about John Morant playing defense. This is a take from Mark Jones, ESPN on Twitter.
What?
I prefer my MVP candidates who impact the defensive end of the floor too. Defense is a skill too. Thanks, John Morant.
How?
This one actually caused a little bit of ruckus. We had quite a few people in the chat. Nikias Duncan, friend of the pod, said he's been better than last year, but I'm not sure I'd call him an impactful defender just yet.
The Suns were literally targeting him to start the game, and that's why they got off to their, 9-4 start or whatever it was. What are we doing here?
So one of the reasons why a lot of people feel like John Morant is getting a lot of credit from the defensive side of things is because he has a lot of defensive highlights. But just because they go viral doesn't mean he is a lockdown defender.
That's all you see on SportsCenter.
He
That's
just
all that
has
matters.
nice highlights.
Welcome welcome to the Cliff Notes generation, where it's everything needs to be short, compact, and if I didn't see it on Twitter, it didn't exist. So
yeah, that's rough.
So tweet number 3, talking about our friend Jose Alvarado. This was actually a take tonight. This one came from Bijan LB on Twitter.
Okay.
I went on the feed. You know how Twitter puts together like people who are talking about the matchup that night, and this is what somebody had to say, which I guess you could be upset if your friend Jose Alvarado always gets teed up. So that means
no cap.
The last one is a fake. Nobody that at least I saw in real life said the Suns would be winning this game if Jay Crowder was playing.
Am I
and
right?
You're right. I did add the no cap, seeing if you guys would be like, I don't know, would Lindsay actually say that? You're right. Espo, you know me too well. This is terrible news.
Put the crown on me, baby. I got this.
I felt like it was too obvious, so I went away from it.
Well, okay, I'm sorry I didn't make this hard enough on you guys. Sheesh.
You obviously did make it hard enough because
Next
they
time
got
she
it
does
wrong.
This, look for a sheesh.
That's true, because you did pick 2, didn't you? No, you
I was saying either 2 or 4, and I went with 2 because I felt like 4 was
and you
too
picked
obvious.
2 as well,
Next
right?
time, next time she's gonna put Lord have mercy.
Hey, I got 2 of them. Look at me go.